Oh yeah, my Twitch is just WYZDM. Yep. I haven't gone live in so long. I need to actually go back to
Okay, we are
actually
live.
streaming games. Oh,
Okay,
nice.
and it worked too. Okay, wonderful, wonderful.
Oh yeah, it has a notification. That's super cool. I didn't even know you could do that on Zoom.
Okay, okay. For those who are probably watching on YouTube VOD tomorrow, this is our second official episode of the Among Us Talk podcast. And today we have the wonderful Wiz,
Hello,
who
everyone.
definitely an old friend of mine from playing Among Us. Yeah, we met 3 years ago, Wiz.
It has to have been that long. I
Yeah.
think, yeah, 2022 at the earliest. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like April 2022. I think I saw you sing in a Waffle House Discord, in the Waffle House Discord, and I was very nervous. And I'm like, I'm just gonna go and I'm just gonna join the Discord and not be nervous. And then I just remembered we just started talking about Among Us and we had like the same views on everything like immediately. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I was really excited. I was like, okay, you're also an Among Us nerd like me. And we play in a similar way, well, mostly, but like not similar way, but like we have like we hated like admin campers, cams
Hmm.
campers.
The game is more fun the less
Yeah,
mechanical info you possess.
yeah, exactly. And then I think we haven't played together very often because you've mostly been playing ranked Among Us and Blaze. uh
True. I've been there a lot.
mhm. But how long have you been playing Among Us, Wiz?
Oof. I mean, I didn't start right exactly when it was catching the wave. I got pretty much at the when the wave was pretty much rising to its full point. I got into it from Vondel, and that might be a throwback name for a lot of people. I was a League of Legends streamer at the time. Vondel and I were both streaming League of Legends, specifically Tryndamere top gameplay, and him and I would bounce streams back and forth, And so there was one time where I was ending mine, so I was hosting his, and he wasn't doing League of Legends. He was doing this Among Us game, and I was like, "What is this?" So I just kind of watched a little bit, and it was like, "Huh, this kind of looks like a fun, different kind of party game." And he was at the time. I don't think the lobby was anything crazy, but I know there's definitely IFA, Easy Rod, Master Fiend, so a few other people who played League as well. And from there, I just said, hey, if you ever need one for this, I'd be around. And like a week later, he just tossed me an invite, got into just about every server possible, and then I just got addicted. I couldn't get enough of the game. I thought it was fun, and I was very bad starting out. So it was also like, okay, it's fun, but I'm bad, so I need to play more to get good and have more fun. And yeah, that was all very what late or it would be early 2021, late 2020 because of COVID
Hmm.
going on. So yeah, that was definitely all during that time. Yeah, it had to be actually 2020 because COVID was that it was happening. So yeah, I was just stuck in my room just playing Among Us. That's where it took off.
Yeah, wonderful. And you still play Among Us really regularly now? Like every day still, or just like,
Yeah, not so much maybe every day, but still very frequently. I mean,
hmm
I help I pretty much help manage a server for ranked or yeah, ranked. It's ranked Among Us, which would be very competitive and more sweaty oriented
hmm
gameplay with another player named Vanellis. So
hmm
um yeah, we like to we keep it more privatized because our opinion on the competitive scene and a lot of other competitive players are rather negative
hmm
and pessimistic. There's definitely some people we don't want in because we think that half of what makes Among Us the game that it is the social aspect, right? There's
Yeah.
deduction, but there's also a level of social integrity and responsibility and accountability one should have. So, people who are just rude and obnoxious.
hmm
They don't make the game any fun, no matter how good they are.
Yeah, that's very, very true. Like I only play in like curated lobbies right now because like I only play like two lobbies a week anyway. I kind of want to play with the people I want to play with. Like I think I'd be open to playing like more in like like spontaneous lobbies, but I'm just worried I'll have like an experience that will ruin Among Us for me again and then be afraid to play for another year.
It's definitely happened. I felt
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. What else did I want to mention about ranked? You also, I remember you were one of the people who got us into like competitive Among Us hide and seek.
Yes. So hide and seek is a phenomenal sister game mode from
Hmm.
your just regular classic meetings and body reports, where there's not a deduction but a now fun mechanical element of using the map to your advantage as a crewmate, kind of playing the vision levels that you would normally use as an imposter to hide away with your kills to now hide away from
Hmm.
the killer. And yes, I have conned the triple decontamination procking strategy in Polus, and that's basically when you just the killer's on the other side, so you proc it once inside the cycle, or you proc it once to go in, then he tries to go in, so you proc it once again on the inside the second time, and then you proc it a third time on the outside. So he has to wait 3.5 cycles to get in. Very good time waste and very frustrating to try to get into specimen.
I remember from like my two times playing hide and seek, or the ranked Among Us hide and seek. Another one thing I wanted to mention was that Blaze actually uses stellar roles for their ranked lobbies. How has been incorporating that into how has stellar roles made like a difference?
I mean, I should honestly be first thanking you for the assistance and the cooperation to work with us, because your tool for how we've been logging our games has worked exceptionally well.
Mm.
You and Fluff have both helped out a lot tremendously with having a more autonomous structure to basically keeping track of the stats that we want to use. For basically a point system by voting accuracy, player death order, and so forth. So, thank you. And then, yeah, Stellar Rules is great for what it also offers to just kind of build on the regular vanilla platform of Among Us to just kind of add an extra layer of quality of life additions.
Hmm.
You have parallel med-based scanning, you have corrected vision for not seeing names, over corners of like the bathroom vent. Doors as well.
Hmm.
Just a few areas like that.
Imposter chat,
Yeah, imposter chat is
the
also
timer.
nice. Yeah, timer. It's a unique timer too, because it's a timer that only clocks when you're actually in game and not meetings.
Hmm.
So, um, yeah, in other ranked elements, we would have a timer that would also clock in meetings. But as imposter, very very strong to use to your benefit, because you could just hold your vote. And even if
Hmm.
you're outed, if you basically in a scenario where you're forced to vote, but there's two alive, and with only a minute 30 on the clock, you would intentionally stall to basically only force one of you to be voted, and then automatically win a timer up the next
Yeah.
round. So yeah, very very balanced way to play with timer, so
Hmm.
kudos for that development. And
Yeah,
then my
Fluff did
special,
most of that.
yeah, well, yeah,
I
thanks
did
to you and
the
Fluff.
mhm. I did the limiting like admin table to like having like a certain amount of tasks done.
Yes, yeah,
I
the
remember
that's
people
really good.
I would watch the streams and people would always just like accidentally forget about that rule and it would end up being like game cancels over that and it was just very like frustrating for me to watch and I had actually been working on tournament statistics before like watching you guys play ranked because I wanted to potentially do tournaments in like Sussy Imposters where and uh I actually along with Mads like back in like 2021 we used to like host tournaments and
Oh,
to
really?
calculate the scores we would take screenshots of like everyone's votes every round and it was extremely painful and hard to be accurate. And I realized with Stellar Rolls, we had all the tools to just calculate it like basically every game. Uh, and so I actually had built like 80 to 90% of it before I started talking to Van. And I think I started talking to Van and I was like, are you guys interested in this? And then like it worked out. I'm glad it worked out.
It's been working out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, super great system. Yeah, the admin task thing. Yeah, because
Hmm.
that would happen. Yeah, we added the custom rule where it was okay, just don't touch admin until two people are dead.
Yes.
And for some people, it's the second nature. You check vitals,
Yeah.
one's dead, you just go to admin.
Yeah.
I
And it's
mean,
hard when you're coming out of specimen too, because like that's the one thing you do is you get
it's right
into
there.
specimen. Yeah, it's right there. It's
Why
like a
not? That's what.
reflex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially for me, if I'm procking the door, you just proc
Hmm.
the door, check the table, wait 3 seconds, get in the cycle before the door closes. So yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
so I go great chains, and then I love not being able to see anything, name, body, outfit underneath the weapons cannon.
That's funny.
I have sat there for entire full meetings as either alignment because I can be there and nobody knows I'm there.
Kara does that too. Hi,
Yeah,
Kara, in chat. If you're still there. Okay. I'm going to ask you some. We've already gotten to know you a little bit, but I have a few getting to know you questions. I know you usually play vanilla, but you have had some experience playing like stellar roles. Do you
oh for
have a
sure.
favorite imposter role? Like,
I mean, I think it's cliche because I think it's a lot of people's favorite role, but
mhm.
definitely Undertaker
Okay,
is just
my favorite role too. I don't think that's cliche at all.
really
Yeah,
okay. I think it's just Undertaker just for me is just a silly way to kind of mix up, where the bodies are.
yeah,
I think there's a couple places too that just like even if you know there's an Undertaker in the game, you're just not gonna find them because you just
yeah.
never go there.
Uh, it's surprising. Undertaker bodies get found surprisingly a lot when you play with Taker frequently. People have to learn to start checking there. I do have a memory, I think, because there's a clip of it in one of my YouTube videos of me guarding a body on right reactor. My kill cooldown comes up right as you're running to check on me on right reactor, and I kill you and I drag you up because you just were
Oh,
coming to check instead of reporting the body.
that sounds like about right.
Yeah, this was funny. Yeah, Undertaker is also my favorite role, but surprisingly, a lot of people are afraid to use Undertaker, I
Hmm.
think, because
I
they're
feel
worried
like the
they'll get
next one
caught.
would be Wraith then, right?
Yeah, I think yeah, I think people are also afraid to use Wraith too. But yeah, some people will like be afraid to use it because they're like, I'm gonna get caught dragging a body, or they don't know where to drag it. Just drag it under storage. It's fine,
I think
probably.
dragging it specifically underneath the far right corner of third water wheel because I don't think you would ever actually walk
That's
far
it.
enough to get the report there. And you can
Hmm.
also make the body show up in admin. So people, when they check admin, would actually check all
Oh.
the admin from first before considering to look outside.
You're not wrong. I usually just drag it as far as it
Building
will go
secrets,
and then just
oopsies.
kind of leave it be. But you're not wrong. And I think I have a game that I recently posted to my YouTube channel where I won on 7 by dragging a body to that like spot and then no one
Mm,
found it and it
yeah.
got another double kill. Okay. You probably even play less with crewmate roles, but do you have a favorite crewmate role
I
in?
do.
Okay.
It is 100% without a doubt. I have to think of the name. Hold on. It's the one where you the swapper.
Swap.
Swapper.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Without, yeah, 100. I'm getting swapper. I am in my element. I will make the worst play of all time and to get voted to then to swap me with who I really want to get voted.
Do you know that we removed Swapper from Stellar Rolls?
I wouldn't be surprised. It's very broken. It's very
It's very
powerful.
toxic too. Oh,
Whoops.
it's so toxic. Yeah. High toxic also, by the way, toxics in chat.
Jacob. Hello, toxic.
Oh, it was so broken. I remember removing it. Oh, yeah. I mean, Swapper had its uses when you're getting the votes off of a jester, but otherwise, like 90% of the time, it was toxic, and I don't even play with jester anymore. So,
Aw.
yeah, we've been taking away all the fun rolls. I know. Super. But yeah. Okay. Next question. Who is your favorite imposter partner?
Ooh. All right. So I think of all time, I mean, and this is probably maybe some recency bias, but there's a player in Blaze. Maddie and I as imposter duo just have a really good synergy,
Hmm.
both meetings and in gameplay. I think Maddie actually does better holding the meetings, and he'll cover for me when I feel very comfortable to just go for some kind of crazy kill somewhere. And Maddie has a very good style where he knows exactly when to filibuster if needed, when to clear or give bad info if needed. And just I feel I can just do anything in Polis, and then eventually there's a button or another body report, and then Maddie just covers the meeting element, and I can
Hmm.
just stay silent or answer yes, no, and then just get not have to worry about ever being voted.
Hmm.
So yeah, Maddie makes the
Wonderful.
the game very easy if both our names are red.
Did you, and that might be a recency thing, but I know there was something in Blaze where if you won with, maybe that was something, it was like a tournament where if you won with a certain partner, then you would get more points. Did you like pick them or did you not enter that?
I forget how that worked. It was something and tried to sneak something clever in there to hype
Hmm.
up. It was for a tournament event. Yeah, specifically you could pick um whose name it would be as like your quote unquote partner that if you did roll and then win imp it was like double points or something like that.
Hmm.
I don't even think that ever took off because first the probability of that happening, even because we were doing like it within like 20 games through a week, was like slim to none. So I don't even
Yeah.
remember somebody even getting the point bonus from that. I'll be
So that
honest.
it was just a way to make some people feel bad.
Yeah, I think it was definitely placebo activity poll. It certainly did not influence the statistics at all because of like, yeah, you had to name somebody, then you had to play with them, and then you also had to roll imp with them in a week, and just like the odds of that, in 20 games too, is just not
Okay.
probably gonna happen.
What's your win rate in as imposter and ranked these days?
Ooh, right now it's actually on the lower end. I
Okay.
am having a rough season. The season's been pretty weird for me. I'm at like
Hmm.
33%, which is I guess still high-ish,
Out
but
of how
for
many
me,
games?
I'd have to check. I think
Okay.
I'm closing on probably like 70 or 80 games,
Okay.
so
Wow, that's
probably a
so
reasonable amount
many.
of games. Yeah.
Wow.
Or like for imp games though, that would be maybe total games. I mean, imp
Oh, okay,
games,
okay. I'm like 80 is a lot for
I
imp
think I'm
games.
thinking of probably like 20
Hmm.
between 20 and 25 imp games for
Okay,
sure.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm thinking like I'm closing on 100, so like 1 in 5. Yeah, probably around 20.
Okay.
Yeah, and then yeah, 100 games overall. So yeah, I know my best seasons though, last 3 seasons, or no, the season before the last, even my last season was okay. I think I was like close to 50 is where I typically end up. Probably low 40s is where I average.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And what is the overall imp win rate in Blaze, or what was it last season?
Uh, last season, I mean, I could just check the stats here. I don't think I have that number on the top of my head, and I would hate to be wrong about it. But let me see if I do just money MR.
I
So
have a
right
funny.
now, this season, the imposter win rate is 37%,
Okay.
37.9, so just about 38%. I want to say last season though, it was a little bit worse. I think it
Mhm.
was close to 35.
Okay. I know, I just remember, I think I was watching Brickness podcast with Five Up, and the old ranked Among Us imp win percent used to be like 10 to 20%,
Yeah.
but that was on like point 0.5 vision.
That was also in a weird era where I
Hmm.
think a lot of that was just a lot of all the rules were just heavily crew oriented to the point where yeah,
Yeah.
an imp win would be disastrous for crew because somebody had to really make a mistake. There was
Hmm.
playing well as imp was actually it was winning imp was actually more about like you had to really gaslight somebody to make a mistake because like
Yeah.
the mechanical information was just right in front of you.
Yes. Kara's like 10% when six people were in office all game. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was it was an interesting podcast. I re-listened to it last week, And I was like, wait, 10 to 20%. I'm like, that's not real. Like saying that was the win rate. I'm like, for like a whole like season, like
I mean,
like
some people like to play with the game practically solved, and that's why I
yeah.
think it's, we share the same thoughts where it's just like playing with that much mechanical information in every game. It's yeah, it's not as exciting. It's not to diss or shame players for mechanical information because it's needed at a point. But yeah, with six people office, well, they had no incentive to do tasks. They played with a 20-minute timer. They played with no limitations on admin vitals or cameras. So you'd basically just find an effective way to just rotate it with at least one other person, and everybody would still have trouble finishing tasks in 20 minutes. It was not the best way to play the game.
Yeah, it was extremely painful to watch. It was a little bit entertaining because when people got upset, it would be funny to watch them yell. It still happens in Blaze though. People get upset. It is funny to watch them yell. So that's why I always enjoy watching Ranked Among Us.
Yeah.
It's not as bad
Solved
as
is
like,
something that won't be going away for a while, I think.
yeah, but I know it's definitely like I think Blaze Ranked Among Us has solved like most of like the most cringe parts of watching it, which are
We've done our
med base
best with it.
scans, like cam scamping. Oh, that those were not the days. Okay. And my last like getting to know you question is who is a crewmate you're most afraid of as imposter and will potentially go out of your way to kill?
This is actually a very good question because it's definitely bounced around last couple years. I
Hmm.
mean, it's funny because like I think it used to be Vanellis, but then it's become a game for me to now keep Vanellis alive because I have a more fun time putting the blame on him than I do actually killing him. Um, so right now, if I think this player is alive, I need to kill them. Um, hmm, it's probably just gonna be Pale. Pale is somebody who I think would also tunnel on me even if I'm
Hmm.
crew. Because I do the same thing, because he's also a very dangerous imposter player, probably more lethal than me right now. His stats last season were insane. So yeah, just killing him just makes my game easier if my name's red.
Hmm. I like how you say you like keeping Vanna alive because to make it more interesting. Uh and then you could probably like push it on them.
Yeah, so the Wiz Vanellis dynamic is that he has pages for my behaviors, and I've actually was first it was a game of me trying to figure out, okay, what is he using to read my alignment, and but now it's more fun to, okay, I'm basically going to effectively tell Vanner not hide the fact that he's going to know I'm imposter this game, but I'm going to play in such a way where people are going to think he's actually imposter for pushing me. And
We
that's
used
a
to do that to each other.
Yes, yes, yes. So that to me is like way more fun and complex than just killing him or just 50-50ing. I would do things that would make him like push me, but people would question why, the reason and the facts behind it, because it would still put a lot of dirt on him and to get him voted.
Yeah, so me and Wiz used to play in public lobbies together, and I feel like we had an
I know where this
unspoken
is going.
agreement that we were not to kill the other person, and unless it was like a funny way. It was always you have to get them voted out. Like that's how you win. Because like I remember one time I would just like kill behind you, and you got voted out. And another time you made up admin information. I
Two in
remember you were
specimen.
like, "There's two in specimen." Who are you in specimen with? And I just hard accused you, but everyone just believed you. You sounded so crew. Like it's really funny. And you, yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah, it was
Who
funny.
was that second in specimen? We'll
Yeah,
never
who was
know.
it? Second? It was no one. I was a crewmate alone in specimen, and we were playing on point 0.5 vision, so I could see everything.
Yeah.
And then everyone was just like, I think you probably voted me out on 7, and then like button to be like, okay, we got one. Who else are we gonna vote out?
Yes, that was a very fun game
Yeah.
because it was, I like to play where how many people can we get crew to basically wrongfully eject? Because like basically once I get a kill, it's the narrative is half the other game as imp, right? You got to
Yeah.
sell the story behind why that person's dead and who done did it, and it can't be you ever, right? But
Yeah.
the best narrative is that it's between a pool that doesn't include you, and then if you find a way to use that where you incriminate somebody so hard that you're always seen as a crewmate, you can just control the rest of the game, and
Yeah.
it's a cakewalk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I think there was somebody that game we had a button on five with both me and my imposter alive, and I forget the guy's name because like it was a pub lobby. It was like, yeah, you're just like the most like crew here, so I'll just trust whatever you say. And it's just like, yeah, we should just vote this person to
Yeah.
see what happens.
I remember there was one person with, I had to find that video, but there was definitely one person with a voice changer. Distinctly remember that game. Okay. Wonderful. So
Gotta go back and do that sometime.
yeah,
Those
that
were
was
some good
fun.
games.
Oh, sometimes they're just so bad though. It's oh, I remember 'cause I think the last public lobby I played, I was hard accused by the tracker. I was a crewmate, of course. And I was in
So
electrical
good.
with like 7 people, and I got hard accused for a kill like in office. And I just watched. I don't know how I was to make this kill, but they're like, "I'm the tracker. It's Barbara Streisand, which is my alt." And I'm just
Right.
like, "Okay, well, sure. Uh, sounds good."
Needed a Herlock Sholmes to solve that one.
You definitely did. Okay. Um, so now that we've gotten to know Wiz a bit, I want to move on to our topic, which is fear voting. I feel like this can be a contentious topic, and it can be a pet peeve of mine because a lot of people claim they get fear voted when in reality it's not really a fear vote. And I don't think it happens as much anymore, but I think it used to happen a lot.
Hmm.
So what do you think? What do you define fear voting as these
Well, I think you
days?
said it. There's fear voting and then there's sus voting, right? You
Yeah.
have voting based on your suspicions, not on necessarily mechanical information, but reads. I think they sound sneaky. I think they sound like they made up information. I think they sound like they made up their pathing. And then you have fear voting. I'm voting this player because I'm afraid that if I don't vote them now, I'm gonna die, or they're gonna find a way to roll the lobby, and their alignment, if they're bad, they're going to just use their power and their influence to run the game to their favor. So yeah, there's definitely fear voting is more of a respect to, you know what, if this player's name is red, I'm scared, and I think I would just feel better if they were in the lava.
Hmm. Okay. So I think you explained a lot of what I really I kind of agree with that. So like fear voting is not voting based off like a suspicion,
Mm,
like a genuine suspicion. It's not voting based off of a like process of elimination. Like they're not clear for any kill. Like they're not clear for like any kills.
mm.
Um, it's
So it's
based on
irrational voting.
like an irrational voting. You're
Yes.
right. Yeah. Okay. So, do you think people fear vote a lot in ranked?
uh Sometimes. I think it's less actually often than I think does happen. But it certainly, I mean, because I can say for one, I've done it. There's some players where I'm in the same position where I'm like, you know what? This game is harder. Why is it hard? I'm thinking, who would be the person in this lobby right now making the game hard to solve? And
Hmm.
that would be an irrational vote because I'm kind of ignoring even the limited mechanical or information and reads I might have on other people because I'm just trying to pin the point of where I think my own problems are because I just don't trust this person.
Hmm.
And it is completely irrational, but sometimes you can be right. It can be rewarding. A lot of times, probably not so much. You're just kind of digging their own grave for you and everybody else. But it's certainly a facet for some decision making, and it has a place because if you don't know what's happening, you want to still have an impact. And yeah, you want to vote because you're afraid and you don't want to lose the game. Decision has to be made.
Well, to be fair, if someone's making the game hard to solve, would that not be some sort of like meta tell, or is it separate from that?
It can be. I mean, some people they might have you might be with somebody like, for instance, like this the player Pale that I described, right?
Hmm.
Probably one of the best players in the rank scene that we have right now.
Hmm.
He's somebody that his stats were just burr. He would have so many kills too. He was quite literally getting away with murder as an imposter, you know? And it's something where I had to break down, like, if he also wasn't solving the game as a crewmate, right? I would just immediately, like, if he didn't really have a name for a push or wasn't,
Hmm.
didn't know who to vote, I would kind of look at him funny because, like, he's also not pointing fingers at anyone could be indicative of maybe he's not trying to bring attention to himself
Hmm.
because he's responsible. And yeah, certainly fear. And he's still alive. Why is he still alive? I know he's good at the game and other people would
Hmm.
want him dead, because if I had a red name I would want him dead. So uh
Okay.
yeah.
So I guess sometimes because like that seems like you could have a potential read on them, though. Like that, like them not solving the game feels like like potentially a behavior change that you could potentially justify
Yeah, I
as
mean,
like,
sometimes you don't have the game solved though, right?
okay.
Like if, if he's somebody that can put information together and say, I think it's between red and yellow, on 8, right? But that's not going to be always between red and yellow next game. He could be between 3 or 4 people,
Hmm.
and that's a skip. He might not be the one in vitals. He might have just been lab on telescope, but he's just listening to the clears, and he understands that the clears could also be faulty. Yeah, sometimes it's just good kills really can happen to anyone. That's kind of like the nuance of the game, right? There's some people we definitely understand, okay, these players are more likely to make good kills, right? But
Hmm.
if anybody could have made it between 5 people, definitely harder to kind of thin out, you know, who to make a vote. And it's not always a
Hmm.
decision where you have to vote, but yeah, sometimes I like to individually fear vote, where it's just, we're on 8. I think you might be bad. I'm just gonna put it on the table.
Yeah. I feel like I'd be like sometimes on 8, I think you're right, is hard to solve. I think on 6 is sometimes people don't have an idea. It could be like more reasonable to potentially vote them.
He's somebody that does skip a lot and does vote more when it matters on crit. It's something that I could adapt to my playstyle too. I definitely
Yeah.
just kind of shoot to shoot, and then, I mean, I'm generally shooting more correct on crit as well. But yeah, he's somebody that will save his vote for when it matters.
Yeah. Okay, I think someone in chat is fear voting because you fear that player is imp or because you fear that you might lose to that player and you'd rather vote and be wrong so you don't lose to them.
Yes.
I like that definition a lot because I do feel like that can be an element of people like voting people is like, oh, they don't want to lose to them again.
Specifically them. Yeah.
Yeah, because I definitely think that that happened a bit with like me and Stell,
Mhm.
where there's a kill between 4 people and I'm a crewmate and she's like voting me because like if it's Alyssa, I'm gonna tunnel on her for the rest of the game. And I was a
Mm.
crewmate that game,
Right.
and it didn't feel like she wanted like it felt like she didn't want to lose to me versus like she thought it was me.
Yeah, she didn't
Yeah.
know it was you, but she would even feel better about losing to somebody else than losing to you if it was
I
you.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think there was a point where I'm like, well, I just kind of made it like I kind of I was like, if it's Stell, I don't care about losing to Stell because she probably did a good play and I would like start voting the person who I thought it was, even if Stell wasn't clear.
Hmm.
If it made more logical sense to vote someone else.
I
Uh
follow.
like I started trying to like I guess put the narrative in that like I respect you as a player and I don't care if I lose to you because you're good. I would.
Now it's still also the player though, where if you said, okay, you get a vote as a crewmate, right? Are you now
Mhm.
analyzing, huh, it's still bad here because my name is not red and I'm getting voted?
Yeah. No, I mean, Stella's a pretty good player, but I think I had a decent read on her when she was crewmate.
Hmm.
Uh, a lot of the times, I think like I think like there were times I misvoted when Cell was imp, but most of those times like there was like a pretty like unfortunate clear. But I think usually I think I had a decent read on her. Like she had some vocal tells. We love Stella and she's an awesome imposter player, but like
Shout
me
outs
and
to
Stella used to
Stell.
play with
Stellar
each other like
rolls.
a lot. So it's hard not to like develop some tells on people that you play with a lot.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, that's also what kind of ties into my fear of voting too, is if I don't have a read, it's like, who do I think I'm also struggling to read here that if they're imp, like I'm just really scared to lose to, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's yeah, definitely some people I would not fear vote even if they're a good imp, because I would think like I would probably read them more, but like somebody that like, man, I can't read this person as well, you know? They're not cleared, you know. They sound like they could be a crewmate, but like if this game is going under, like I just want to get it in now, you know. I'm kind of yeah,
Yeah.
just want to shoot them.
Yeah. No, that's I think definitely fair. Um, do you think you get fear voted a lot?
Ooh. See, that's the thing. There was a time when I think I would evaluate it as fear voting, but nowadays it's definitely more sus voting. You know, I definitely like that's what I would also separate. Like there's votes on like, you know, I would say reasonable suspicion, and then the fear voting would be the irrational voting.
Hmm.
Um, let's see. I think I can think of an instance where I definitely was fear voted because somebody cleared me, but somebody was like, "Nah, I just really think you're it," but I did get voted. That was a funny game. You know, it's tough. It's can't really stay mad at that. It happened. I
Hmm.
forget the outcome. I'm pretty sure it was a loss because you know it was definitely if that's happening, it's not going in a direction for a win. But um, yeah, I definitely in these days get rightfully sus voted, you know. It's
Hmm.
because I don't often play to be cleared all the time, you know. There's certain ways you can play to just kind of be around a populace or maybe look for a clear when and yeah, I'm often by myself, you know. I'll see somebody in specimen, I might turn around and I'll go to specimen later, you know. It's just because yeah, I'm just kind of
It's
doing my own thing.
hmm. Well, that's good because I do remember you getting voted a lot as crewmate.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I was also, I mean, the way I play imposter is it's can be nerve-wracking, I think, for some people. I mean, I played it, what's the best way I can get a kill where I can probably get cleared or frame somebody else for it.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's actually meta now where if there's a body on somebody like doing a task, if I'm in the lobby, I'm definitely probably getting sus voted. But maybe fear voted too, because it's like they can't really prove that I'm doing the kill, you know? I definitely like killing on top of more than one people doing their download, because it's like two of you are on top of each other. One of you's gonna finish, the other person's not gonna be here. We're gonna see what happens. And
Hmm.
yeah, definitely like killing people when they're opening doors. That's a really hard one to time. Lights on, but if two people are tabbed on a door, definitely can kill and get out on 2.25 vision, and that's a story for somebody to tell because they're gonna be like, "How did this happen?"
You're on the door.
Yep.
Oh, see, but the thing is, like, I'm really slow at opening doors. So if I see someone else on the door,
You should not have told me that.
well, the thing is, I'm just gonna let the other person open it while I just like linger there and like
No.
hope the other person, someone else opens it. I hate opening doors. That's why I love engineer on pull on in cellar rolls.
Oh
It
yeah, just
opens the
go
doors
around.
automatically if there's no one near you.
Oh really? Wait,
Yeah.
that's a thing? That's actually
Yeah.
pretty cool.
But you has to be no one has like there can't be an imp within vision where they can see it.
Okay, that yeah, because otherwise you just out that you're engineer perpetually,
Yeah.
so that makes sense. That's a
So,
cool
but
feature
oh, it's
though,
such a good
automatic
quality
open
of
door.
life.
Huh. Is that your favorite crew
Wiz is
role?
literally Toxic is saying Wiz is literally one of the reasons I don't open doors anymore. When did I play? You know, I think actually engineer might be favorite. I actually originally thought it was Trapper, but honestly, I'm that slow at opening doors that that might be worth it.
It's a nice, just free open door thing to have. Yeah.
Hmm.
Also, I mean, it tells you as well. That's actually some powerful in-game information as crewmate, because if you've opened that door, then there can't be somebody near you to witness that event. So you kind of have an idea of,
I'm
where some
alone,
people are. Yeah, exactly.
trying for the kill.
Yep.
Listened, opened a door, free guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I played with you, Toxic, but the fact that you remembered my menace and me being a menace on doors is funny. That's yeah, that's
Um,
one of my favorite things to do if two people on a door. I know I did that with you might remember the name Decode. Yeah, I did that in a lobby with Decode and Sen, and like we were all on the door, and then it opened, and then there was just like a body on top of both Sen and Decode, and the way they argued with each other for almost the entire minute before like 15 seconds into the meeting, they're just like, "Wait, where's Wiz?" And suddenly I got questioned. And I was like, I like was so like not ready to even have a response because I was just like trying to just contain myself
mhm.
from them just like lunging at each other's throats. And I'm pretty sure I got voted because like I just like I wasn't ready. Like I just like was listening to it all just like in the moment. It's so funny.
Makes sense. There's this one game I wanted to bring up with you.
Uh-oh, one game. It's always that one
I
game.
forgot you were even the one in this game when I comment on fear voting a lot. This
Mm.
game always kind of comes to mind. It was a game where we were on five and you had hard accused Fairy for being an imposter, and you said you saw her purple feet, which he said was which she was like, no, my feet are gold. I don't know if you remember that, but you probably
I think
don't.
I do remember something. It's coming back.
Yeah. Um, and
So the Stellar lobby, I
yes,
know that much.
yes. So the next round, I get cleared by Lou for being in O2 for a body in labs.
Okay.
And there's only one imposter left.
Right, hopefully.
And well, because we hard accused Fairy for you saw
So
her kill.
mechanically there should be, yeah.
Like from your perspective, there is one imposter left
Sure.
because you saw them kill and you're a crewmate.
Okay. Oh, I am
And
crewmate. Okay.
I remember in this game, even though I got cleared for the kill, you and Learns were both voting me the whole time.
Oh no. Were
And
you also crewmate?
yeah, both of you were crewmate. Like
And you were also crewmate.
I was also a crewmate.
Oh no.
Lou was also a crewmate. The person who was just like claiming to be in labs and not clear for 3 rounds was also just like not getting voted besides me and Lou because Lou was clearing me for the kill.
Oh no. I
And
remember this game, yeah, because me and Lurch were tunneling on you, and like
I was
Lurch
just
was
like,
just like,
I got cleared for the kill. Why am I being voted?
yeah, that was funny. I do
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah, I mean, I think half of that was me just aligning with Learns, just knowing Learns is just so crew. I'm just gonna shoot with Learns and see what happens, even though
Well,
Learns could be wrong. That's yeah, I was probably just shooting because
okay.
yeah, I thought you also I think that's the thing. That's also respect. Like I think you could be capable enough to like to
Okay.
do that even though you were cleared. So yeah, that's another aspect of fear, right? You're fearful of I was fearful of maybe Lou making a mistake, right? You know, how much do I really think that clear from Lou is appropriate, right? Like I'm scared that because I have might have a read on everybody else in the game, even not necessarily the person that should be the most suspicious, but because if you're imposter, it's like now it's I think the game is just harder from here out because if you're alive, I don't think you ever get voted because you get cleared this one time.
But if you trust Learns, then and the other person is just claiming labs next to the body, why not just vote that person and then see what happens?
It's irrational voting.
Would you consider that fear voting or respect voting?
That's
Maybe it's
fear
a
voting, 100%. I
respect
fear voted
voting.
you. Respect voting is, I mean, there's a bit of respect, but like definitely fearful of, oh my goodness, Alyssa's gonna
Yeah.
run around with a red name, and we're gonna be forever lost.
I remember like one of the things I like to do when I suss people for kills sometimes is say, you're not clear because that's a respect move. Because
Mm.
you could get this kill because you're decent enough. You are able to vent and get this kill. And I try to make it be like not you're not like less like
Less
incriminating.
likely, but you can't just full clear them.
Yeah, it's a
Hmm.
respect not clear.
Yeah.
Yes, Alyssa killed and Lapson was in O2 at the same time. I think it was a kill. It was like so I think I don't know how to say your name, Joro Gumuzi. Um So it's kind of like a inside, not an inside joke, but it's kind of it's a meta that if I'm in O2 and there's a kill in labs, there's a good chance I did the kill. It was kind of a joke that Kara started. Joro, Joro, is that right? Uh, where she, I think she said it when we were playing with all new Hollow Knight people. She's like, if there's a kill in labs and Alyssa's in O2, she did it. She's guilty. And it was kind of like a joke, but also serious because I've gotten away with that kill several times by just like venting on top of people and they think I'm like with them the whole time.
It's my favorite. It's nothing like venting on top of a completely innocent crewmate and
Yeah.
Blissey doing wires and electrical just to kill somewhere out by storage node.
Yeah. And Laura was I think the first person who would actually do that when like she'd be in O2 and she would kill outside the labs and she would clear the people in O2 and it was to the point where I'm just like when she started like when she starts off like extremely defensive where she was like I'm cleared these two people for being in O2 I'm just like I need to question this
Mm.
because she did that kill a lot. I actually don't do that kill that often because I get sus for it, but I don't know. It's still a good kill, but I guess there is reason behind that meta, but also,
I know that used to be one of my plays where I would get the kill in labs, event out, walk under storage, event into O2 tree.
mhm,
So by the time the body would be reported, somebody would be like, okay, who's O2? And I'd claim it. And then I would often get cleared for that a lot if I could
mhm.
get that on timing. I know that was something I sent to Zerm one time as like a because he asked how I did the kill, and so I just sent like a 15, 17 segment of just me just killing, venting, walking above storage, just venting into tree room, and just or under storage rather, and just
Mhm.
like he was like, "Huh, I'm gonna steal that," and I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty good. Labs to O2 is it's pretty good move if your name's red."
Pyro used to always do that too.
Well, Pyro was a dirty O2 tree venter for just any reason. He'd
Yeah,
vent out from Death Note, he'd vent in from Malek. Just if the body's an O2 tree and Pyro's in the lobby, would I fear vote him? I would sus vote him.
I wouldn't necessarily vote him, but I would definitely be like, I would question that clear before I
Pyro,
died
where are you?
because there's a good chance that I was just gonna die.
Yeah.
Because yeah,
That's a good topic though for like different where different bodies get reported. Like you suss different people just based on like the nature of their pathing and just like what where they like to kill, like depending on their
hmm
name. Like there's an instance right now in Blaze where if the body's outside of laboratory, I just know Messi's imposter. Just he's his name's 40, I think, is
hmm
on Discord. But yeah, 40 is just killing that body if it's outside labs. I just know it.
That's yeah, that's actually a Mads kill. She kills outside labs and then she'll go and she'll fix lights. And then I don't know
Ooh,
if I've told her that, but I feel like I've heard her do that kill like 3 or 4 times. And I'm very remembering on where people kill. I get meta though for every single kill, every single stat kill in O2.
that is yeah, that
To the
is an
point where I can't
Orisa
even
kill.
kill anymore. And I'm just like, sometimes I'm imposter and I'm in O2. I'm like, this would be a really good kill. And I just don't because I just know I'm
Can't
gonna
do
like
it.
get sus vote for it.
Uh,
Um, because it's a good kill. If there's like 10 people in an area, like I
but
always
yeah, but people are
say,
gonna be afraid because no, wait, there's a body in O2. Alyssa's here.
yeah, I'm there. Probably not clear. Because there's like 10 people all stacked on canisters. But yeah, no, that's a definitely a thing
That's why
that
you gotta. That's why 0.25 is important. You just gotta call lights and kill on the stack. Hope for the
yeah, I do
best.
that. I can't I can't do I can only do that kill like once a month because otherwise like sometimes stat kill no 2
Yeah,
Gunny
you're
insta votes
guilty.
me.
Yep. For me, yeah, it was stack kill on vitals for a while was just like, where's this whiz guy? Because I mean, like, especially in ranked, because you'd have like 4 or 5 people in vitals. That would just be my play. I would just be
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm just calling lights. I'm just killing one of these people in
But
vitals, and just hope for the best. So,
you always have like 2 people on vials, 2 people just like staring.
oh yeah, or just like wiggling back and forth to just
Yeah.
watch what people are doing. Yeah, I know. I'd go for it anyway. You have to at that point.
Yeah. Hmm. But yeah, I think we're at least at the point where most people aren't getting voted because like kills are too like I think I guess in the lobbies I play with if a kill is like extremely clean, it's not necessarily gonna have certain people be voted. So I think we're like if the games aren't solved, I don't think it's not a yeah.
If the kill is clean, I am on that list to get voted. uh, that's actually something too where Vanellis, he can sniff me out when I'm imp, but sometimes there will be a clean kill, and I unfortunately can't take credit for it, but he really wants to give it to my credit, and he'll vote
Yeah.
me, and
A respect
yeah,
vote or a fear vote?
yeah, yeah. Guess that's a bit of both, right? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I would say definitely early on it might be a respect vote, but yeah, when it comes to like later, like when it's closer to crit, especially on 7, like where you could be voting wrong if you're voting and people vote with you,
Hmm.
definitely a fear vote. I would put fear voting is like I think I would put a respect vote for it's like you're individually respect voting somebody, but like fear voting, no, I'm gonna vote this person, and you might invite other people to vote with you because,
Hmm.
like, yeah, you're just afraid of them. They're alive. They need to go in the lava pit now.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Is there any time do you think that it's okay to fear vote?
Well,
Like, or like, is it like, because I have a scenario in mind that
yeah,
Carter
so
kind of
by
brought up
answering the
earlier.
question, yeah, I mean sometimes like irrationally you just might think like this person's probably bad. You can't put a finger on it. You think that they would just be somebody there to just like if they're getting the kill as well, or like or if they're a bad, even if they're not getting the kill, or if they're imp, just basically like uh you don't want to see their name on the defeat screen. So yeah, it's yeah, I think I was definitely voting Pale a lot for that because his imposter stats were just too gas. So I was like, no, he can't have any more. I can't let him.
Even if you get a crit error.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd rather lose to somebody else. I'm afraid of losing to Pale again. Like if he's taking me down, I guess we're both going down. We're just gonna have to shoot each other. I don't know.
Fair enough. One example, I think Cara brought it up in chat earlier, but I actually had this in mind. Uh, if there's like, if we're doing voting on 6 with the lights off, I will vote the person who is better at fucking with lights.
Hmm.
Like, if
Yeah,
there's like, if it's between two.
yeah, that makes sense because like Lights Battle, you're definitely thinking about, who would be who you think you'd be more comfortable and confident to beat at turning on the switches for sure.
Hmm.
That makes sense. Yeah, I don't typically think about it like that though. I know other people do, but yeah, I can definitely see there's definitely a logical flow to that because you're trying to give yourself an edge, and it's scenario that you're wrong and you really can't determine between the two. You know that the edge could be to a Lights Battle, and yeah, you voting on that makes more sense.
It could be also considered, that could be considered a respect vote.
Yeah, true. Yeah, this guy's gonna
Because there's
be better at
person I
being the
respect their
lights. Yeah.
ability to fuck with lights, so I want to vote them. So
Yeah, get him out.
yeah, what would you say the difference between like a respect vote and a fear vote is? Do you think they're the same thing?
Oof, definitely different because you putting a respect vote is you understand that they could be the one to outplay you if you're wrong. And the fear vote is not so much that you're scared that they've outplayed you. It's actually the worry that you've probably outplayed yourself by not having a better idea of the game at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely like fear voting is always the more like a is still like I guess there's some rationale behind like, what this guy could still be responsible. And fear is, yeah, you've kind of like you've lost all wisdom behind your
Hmm.
decision making. You're just shooting because you just don't want to see that person on the victory or defeat screen
Yeah.
because you're afraid of what's going to happen if they're there.
Yeah, fear voting can just be just I don't want to lose to this person again because I've lost to them so many times in the past.
Yep.
Versus respect can be like I think they're a good enough player that they could be imposter here because
Hmm.
like you respect their imposter play.
Yeah, that's why I think respect votes are mostly like earlier, and I wouldn't put a respect vote tied to a game decision, right? Because when it's time to make like a critical choice as to, the state of the game where you need to vote correctly, if you haven't already, then you're not voting on respect of somebody else. You're voting really independently on your own thought and intuition at that time. And if you really don't have anything there, yeah, you're going to be voting because you're afraid of what's happened.
Yeah. So respect vote when you don't vote the imp that you suspect is imp because you don't have enough evidence and just accept let them win. No, I don't think so. I think it's just like I think a fear vote is like there's no actual reason to suspect this person and you want to vote them because you don't want to lose to them. I
Yeah.
think a respect vote is when you respect them enough as a player that you think they legitimately could be imp and just making really good plays and you potentially don't even think the other person's imp too. Because sometimes one person, like if you're in like for example, a final three and the other person has been very clear the whole time, but you don't necessarily think it's the other person because maybe they're even bleeding crew. Like they're doing crew tells. So you potentially just vote the person that uh has been more clear in terms of respect because they could have made these kills. Maybe.
I think a scenario I would like to use is you have a double kill in labs, and immediately green and white say, "Oh, we're both hard clear. We were doing storage together." And you're thinking, "Huh, I just had to walk above storage to get into labs to report this body. And I see the other body here. I didn't really pass anybody doing gas, but lights were off." And you're thinking, and you're looking at who white and green are, and you're like, "Wait a second, this green's pretty good. He might actually like." Pair with his partner here, hard clear each other as a pair. Even though Reds has claimed to be bottom decontamination, I might think it's green and white here. And yeah, definitely
Mm-hmm.
might put a respect vote on that if I catch somebody who I think would just shamelessly just pair with their partner right there on 8. Because, like, at that moment, yeah, mechanically speaking, you can't really vote because, like,
Mm-hmm.
voting somebody just by themselves doesn't necessarily solve the game if it is both two other people. If you have even two pairs, especially, it's like even harder. Maybe the O2 pair would be more clear because, like,
Mm-hmm.
it's just pretty bold to claim over there, and somebody might have vouched seeing somebody by electrical. But yeah, doing gas, I don't know. That's definitely in their repertoire. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, definitely would put more of a respect on those kind of plays because that's like, yeah, that's like you got some guts to do that, but that does not clear you by any means. You're still in the pan.
Okay. So I feel like that we've covered fear voting, respect voting a lot for Among Us. I wanted to bring up just because I know you've been playing some Mafia
Mm,
about fear voting in Mafia. I was watching a game last night where someone is like, I can't read this person at all. I'd rather just get them out.
mm.
Would you consider that like a fear vote or?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
I mean, I think I need to fear vote more in Mafia actually because of how many times Insomnia will just run me over. I will think he's the towniest town in the game in the Zoom, and then at next meeting I'm gone and I see his name's read. It's like I just town shielded this guy. What have I done? Like, yeah. He also just runs Mafia like a lot. I don't know what they use to roll people, but his name is somehow it basically engraved in the system. It's in stone at this point. I
Hmm.
just think he's always bad anytime he's in the Zoom. And like it's not like I would ever read him as bad too. Like he's just such a capable player where like he can just be independently scummy too. But then like the worst is when he'll say something and then now I think his town, and that's when he's actually at his most scum. And he's mafia almost every game he plays too. So yeah, I think I need to be fear voting him. He's somebody I would probably fear vote just
Okay.
because yeah, he's always mafia like every game. I
So
don't
fear
know what
voting is just
happens.
considered normal in Mafia.
Oh, I think so.
Okay.
Definitely because there's less mechanical information in mafia as well. So, yeah, I mean, I think mafia players too, like it's one thing in Among Us, right, where you can kind of find alliances because like, this guy did canisters with me. You might have a sense of trust in that with somebody claiming that the body's in lab. Maybe he's not cleared for because the body's like 20 seconds old, right? And he has time to get there to go to canisters. But like you might have some vibes on actually like interacting with them
Hmm.
during a game, but the only interactions you have with people with Mafia are just in the Zoom in front of everybody else at the same time. So yeah, people definitely, I think it's better to also just play selfishly. You still kind of want to win people over to your side, but I think the best two ways are either to play very selfishly, push an agenda no matter your alignment, and be like, yeah, I think we start with this chopping block, starting with people, yeah, I can't read or I think are scummy, and then to people I can't read, to people who I think I can read, you want to keep alive, right? Because that makes the game easier for your win condition. And then the other way, which I've been playing more actually, and I think I'm finding more success, is you find those people who you can read as town, and you're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna vote with them for the rest of the game, and I'm gonna town shield you. You find just two people that you just know are hard town, and you're like, yeah, you tell me what you're thinking about the game, and then I'm just gonna back you on that because I think we vote together, we'll have a greater chance of victory.
Hmm. That makes sense. Yeah, that was one thing I was gathering. I'm like, oh, maybe fear voting is just normal in Mafia. Maybe you should do
I think
it.
it is very
Okay,
much so.
cool. Uh, before it was great talking to you. But before we end, I want to see if we have any questions from the audience.
Oh boy. I should have put up your stream. I don't have it open, so I can't see the audience. I'm gonna do that
We
now.
have a couple audience members who definitely have questions. I believe in them. Any Among Us question? Come on. Joro, I know you have a question if I or Kami. Co-questions. Toxic. Kara. Okay. Do you have any questions? Well,
Ooh. I mean, yeah, I didn't
mhm.
know. So you had the statistics things for Sussy. Are you
Yes.
running tournaments then in Sussy or doing any form of competitive modded again?
So, right, I'll have to I can send you the stat sheet. I think I sent it to Van recently. We've basically just been keeping track of my Thursday lobby. Like basically we played 2 hours every Thursday and we just been keeping track.
Okay.
Uh, so I wouldn't say it's I wonder let me I haven't
Ooh, there's got a nice little leaderboard here.
okay, let me I could share it with the Zoom. Maybe I can do side by side.
So you have a cap system here too.
Does it work?
Oh, I see it on, yeah, I mean, I see it for me. I don't know how it looks for your Twits, but
Okay.
oh, you got it on your Twits. There you go.
Okay. It might be good. Okay. Um, you have the leaderboard was kind of scuffed because I think well actually it's fine. Okay, but what's the difference between all stats and leaderboard? We're using the same tool you guys use. Lou usually calculates it.
Well, I think oh wait, because I see some slight differences. Let me see. Leaderboard.
I don't know if I did the
Let's see. So it looks like leaderboard does something with the stats for an actual cap. So let me see. No, it has caps here on the right. Does that cap? Yeah, final cap. If I look at leaderboard, it certain sayings. Final cap. There's another player on here that's not on the leaderboard. Unless I'm not reading this correct. Hold on. So skipping quirks.
Oh, so for some reason I'm on here twice. I don't know why that happens.
Uh, was your name slightly different when you
No,
joined
it's
one
the
of the
same.
lobbies?
I've never
Oh,
changed my name.
that is kind of weird. Yeah, that would do it.
Kami, someone has a
Gunny is on
57%.
here twice as well. Oh, that's
Yeah, I don't
good.
know why that happens for leaderboard, so I just use all stats. Who has a 57% throwaway rate? Uh, okay.
Oh, maybe because the leaderboard. No, that wouldn't answer it. I don't know.
Five Up has a 57% throw rate
No.
out of 11 games, I think.
Oof.
Well, maybe critical errors. Four critical errors. Uh,
That's
last
tough.
meeting seven. Yeah. 57% throw
When
rate.
was this? When was the last time Five Up played?
They played a couple times in September, but they've been busy with another tournament since then.
Okay.
I think they're doing Street Fighter.
I invited him to Blaze, and he hasn't played yet. I'm hoping he does try it out though, because I think it would just be
He
fun
says you
for.
have pinged him a lot.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, no, I think he even posted an imp game we had on his
Nice.
YouTube the other week, which was exciting to see like sussies in a YouTube video. But yeah, 57% throw rate. That's crazy.
That's tough.
Do you see my throw rate? I like to joke
4% is
that I would be
crazy.
screen shared in Blaze. I like to joke that.
Yeah. No, that's really impressive.
Yeah. Side Mads though. They've only played like one time. Most of the
Is
other people
that
have played like one
Psy
time.
for Saigo?
Yeah, they played one lobby and they played like half of a lobby.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, Mads like played like one lobby. Bullen fell also.
Loin with the 0% too for how many games is that?
I think Loin played like one lobby.
Oh yeah, only 8 games. Okay.
Our man should have a 60% throw rate. We're gonna get to your question, Joro, too. We did not forget about you. But yeah, that
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to answer questions.
yeah, this is kind of our more fun strat
True.
keeping.
I just got a message since I brought up your stream that he went live now, so I might message him. I might tell him to play Among Us.
Ah, Frosty has 15%. Yeah, it's interesting for sure. Um, I was looking at my survivability, 6-7. Okay. Okay, wait, sorry. Let me unshare on Zoom now. How do I unshare on Zoom?
Car is traumatized.
Yeah, this is our man's fault. They started it. How do I exit out of this?
I think you just click stop share now.
Wait, with Zoom,
There should be a stop share button. I don't know where your Zoom toolbar is, but
it's. Mm,
yeah, when I know the imps, I always die before crit.
oh
Dude,
wait, okay.
car, it's
I
the
think I found
absolute
it.
worst. Like as soon as like Cal killed me the other day, I knew he was imp,
How
man.
do I stop sharing? This is this is ridiculous. Hold control. Wait, I don't know how to stop sharing.
Like Calzy walked into electrical after I fixed lights, and then like we walked above storage, then we go above lab, and he kills me. I just knew he was imp after that. Was that was mean but
Wait,
great.
okay. Someone tell me how to stop sharing. I don't know how to do it.
All right. So, well, this should be instead of the green button where you would have clicked to share on Zoom. I
Yeah.
don't know where your Zoom tax bar is, but it should just have a red button that says stop share, and you just click it.
Wait, is it working now? Maybe it's working now.
Well, I mean, I can still see you sharing on me, so I can see you just opened up Twits. So, and
Oh no, this is not
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Um, uh,
Just click your. I don't know. Are you sharing like Chrome or like what did you
No,
choose to
it
share?
says entire screen. Oh no.
Okay. Oh,
Uh,
we're going down the infinite
Let me
Alyssa
just do the leaderboard. I was
Alyssa
like
Zoom.
hoping Twitch chat had like a solution.
Well, it should be on the Zoom because you're sharing the screen on Zoom, right? So you just stop sharing on the Zoom and you should be good. You just have to find a way to stop sharing your screen on Zoom. And that
Um,
should be this should be just like in your toolbars, like where you would go like for your audio and video options in the middle. It would read left to right, participants, chat, react, share,
yeah, I
and
see
then it
share
should
and it has green, and when I click it, it will say just screen one.
can use well, it should be stop share instead of share if you're already sharing.
Am I still sharing?
Yes, you are still sharing.
Okay. No, I'm just gonna look at my phone. I see if Twitch chat has an answer because yeah, no, it's still green. Let me just share it to you on Discord. Wait. Join in my Discord for a second.
Okay.
Um,
Let me where is your server? Here it is. All right. So now,
can you see?
yeah. What? You click that arrow though. It should have like a stop screen something.
Doesn't.
I know. What? What if in the top right there's no option on the top right next to like where it says participants? It shows you sharing your screen. There's not an option to. Yeah, I think your Zoom might just be bugged then. Like, I've
Okay.
never seen it because you're. It's weird because you're sharing it in Zoom still, but like on your Zoom screen, it's like not sharing it.
Okay. Maybe I should end the.
Yeah, I think you have to end the Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually like
Um,
genuinely don't know
and
like
let me
why it's
rejoin
doing
in a
it.
second.
All right, well, you're not sharing your screen anymore, so
Okay. Well, we fixed it. Okay.
yeah.
Wonderful.
I think
Okay.
your Zoom generally malfunctioned because there
Yeah. Okay.
should be a stop share button. Like so there was no indication from your side that you were like still sharing your screen like normally other than in the
Yeah.
participant view. So yeah, it was
Okay.
definitely
I'm
bugged.
never trying that again. That's what I've learned in my lesson. Okay. And Juro had a question that I wanted to um answer. Do you prefer more emotionally driven games like Mafia or something like Among Us where there is evidence to be more objective? What are your
Ooh.
thoughts on that, Wiz?
That's a good question. Cause like, I mean, I've had some really enjoyable Mafia games and some unenjoyable Mafia games. I have some really enjoyable Among Us games and also unenjoyable Among Us games. I feel like I have to first ask the question, like, I guess, what do I feel? Um, I do feel like I enjoy playing Among Us more than Mafia sometimes, but like I respect them equally. Um, Definitely, I think it comes to there's a lot of players in Among Us that I really like playing with. And I do like playing with a lot of the Mafia people, but I'm just probably maybe biased with just like more familiar with just like some of the people
Hmm.
I've just known over the years for Among Us. But I mean, yeah, I definitely I like the mechanical aspect of Among Us is also fun for me because I like to get greedy with how I get my kills. So it's that's something you can't really do in Mafia. And Mafia is 100%, basically reads and reactions and pretty much understanding like verbal cues and language and how people talk. And and Mafia. That's important, and I do appreciate that. But I like doing that in Among Us combined with some of the mechanical skill. So
Yeah.
it's like the best of both, really. Among Us has a nice blend of that,
And
and
it's only 10
Mafia.
minutes and 10 to 20 minutes
Yeah,
instead of
Mafia
three
games can go
hours.
on for so long. Yeah, that's right. Like I'll have a really good Mafia game and it's like, man, can I even do a second one? Because like I want to, but it's like it just takes your whole night if you stay up and just play Mafia. So
And then
yeah.
also, if you're like someone who just gets night zeroed,
Oh, I'm getting night zero now. It's terrible. But yeah. Yeah, I mean it's dying in round one and Among Us 2 happens, but yeah, no, hardly as much of a punishment because in 8 to 15 minutes the game's over. So you
yeah.
can definitely, yeah, I think for speed of what you get out of it, Among Us definitely has that. It's very nice, way more attractive than yeah having to wait 2 to 3 hours to finish a
Hmm.
game sometimes.
Yeah, I also think that but annoying people that you might potentially be able to play Among Us with could potentially be exemplified in a game like Mafia when you have like
Mm,
20-minute meetings. I get concerned about that. I don't know if you have
yeah.
any thoughts on that.
I mean, I think sometimes the meeting time is just it's just long anyway, right? Like they play with like, okay, your day starts, this person dies, this I want to see six people, okay, and you guys got 16 minutes, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what are the six of us going to talk about for 16 minutes? Like, don't we already have auto? Like, aren't we just shooting one between these two people? Like, we're basically giving platforms for like each of these people for like more than like 7 minutes each. It's like crazy. Like I don't know. I just feel like this is so much time, a lot of time in Mafia. Yeah. I mean, I don't think that's like a problem necessarily with the game itself, though. I just think the format and what they do in Elo Mafia, they can definitely slim up some of the meeting time. Like just a lot of it, I think, is just I don't know, just heavy on the time bank for whatever reason. I mean, we
Hmm.
have a pretty good time bank in Among Us. We definitely play with longer meetings than even most other Among Us servers, right? Like,
Hmm.
we play with like full. I think it's 3 minutes of time. It's 180 seconds, and like that's considered a long meeting in Among Us. But I think like that's fine for like 10 people, and yet there'll be 14, 16-minute days in Mafia for six people, and it's not like you see somebody venting. It's like it's just basically like just talking. It's like a lot. It's just
Yeah.
yeah, that can definitely be overwhelming.
Yeah, definitely fair. Okay. Any final questions? And do you have any final questions, Wiz?
Ooh. I mean, I have a final request. I definitely want you to come through. If not for at least some games this season in Blaze, we are doing at least a week of hide and seek after the season. So you
I will I
best
will
come
play
for that.
one day of hide and seek.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. I
Thank
you
you.
can message me one time you can message me and I will
It's
make
gonna
sure
be
to
more than
come. You
one.
can
It's
message
gonna be
me
more.
until I come.
It's gonna be more than one, Alyssa, but at least
Oh
show up
no.
once.
I made that whole documentary. You watched it though, that
I did, of
documentary? It was
course. That was
beautiful.
glorious.
Yeah.
Work of art.
Let me also link that into chat before I end stream. But yeah, that was I was really proud of that documentary. It was like I thought it was really good.
Mm.
I have to put my name. I wish I'm not popular enough for it to just come up when I search ranked Hank Among Us hide and seek
What?
documentary.
Actually, I figured like the title would come right away.
Where it was thrilling.
Yeah, I typed it. It came up first result for me. I don't know what you
Good,
searched.
good.
The thrilling world of Among Us ranked hide and seek. Yeah, fantastic video.
Yeah, it was
I just went to.
quality.
I'm gonna switch YouTube accounts just so I could like it again.
It was so good. I spent a lot of time on this too. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you, not. I'm typing in Lou's name. Thank you, Wiz, for joining me. We'll hopefully be here next week. And also, I might, depending on if I play, I might stream some Mafia if I play later. I have
Please.
to, have to see where they are, but you can go watch
Definitely let me
Lou
know if
play
you're playing
Mafia for
Mafia
now.
because I would certainly want to
Okay.
play with you because it's just been a while since we played a game together anyway. So thanks again for the invite to the
Yes.
podcast.
Yes. Excellent. Goodbye for now, everyone. And tell Lou I said hi. And let me know if there's anyone else you want to see on this podcast. Okay. Let me figure out how to ungo live.